Okay, again, bourbon tasting 101. The first thing these judges do before they start tasting and making entries on their little computer is they hold it up and look at it. It should never be cloudy. If you do this at home or at a bar, that stuff's cloudy, send it back. You'll notice the one in your right hand is much darker. That's our no loaf. Give the glass a little twirl to break the surface tension. That's called mediscus. Then hold it near your nose and mouth and compare the fragrance. They smell obviously significantly different. The one's got from that barrel that's been heavily toasted, so it's a little sweeter fragrance on your right. Now, before the judges start evaluating for flavor, they actually acclimate their palate. And basically that means they take a little sip, don't try to identify flavor, roll it and coat the inside of their mouth with the whiskey or wine they're tasting. Then wait a few seconds for the palate to acclimate. Then they'll start identifying flavor. So start with the one on your left, Distiller Select Bourbon. Take the tiniest sip of the day, just enough so you can twirl it around the inside of your mouth and coat your mouth with 90 proof bourbon whiskey. By the way, the one you're tasting, our signature product, the Distiller Select product, is the official bourbon of the Kentucky Derby. If you drink any distilled spirits and it would make you cough or uncomfortable, I suggest you take a big breath through your nose, exhale through an open mouth, and that'll help you evaporate the alcohol off of your taste buds and the inside of your mouth. I can't imagine why in the world you'd do that, but I'm supposed to tell you if I see someone struggling. We are going to take now a second sip. Near you is a flavor wheel. There's also one here on the wall, and I'm looking over my left shoulder. Take a second sip and see how many of those flavors you can identify with.
The same one.
Yeah, say one on the left, Distillers Select. If you can identify 20 to 25 flavors, you got what it takes to maybe be a master taster.
I can do it.
Okay, so yeah, if somebody can taste the cognac. I don't hear that often, but a lot of your taste is related to memories. It's called olfactory sense. Like when we walk into that distillery down there, I smell bananas every time I walk in there and yeast, and it smells like my granny's banana nut bread. So memories you associate with flavors. So I've done this enough of a group this size. I know that over half of you are thinking about the heat, the spiciness. It's a little warm. It's a pretty long finish. And about a small percentage of you taste cinnamon. A few of you may taste mint. I'm a cigar smoker when I drink bourbon, so I can pick up a tobacco or cognac type flavors, but everybody's taste is different. Regardless of what you taste, food will change it. So if you would, take a small bite of that rooftop bourbon ball. You can enjoy the rest of it later. I just need you to chew up a little of that great chocolate on the outside. If we could get that feedback on our whiskey, we'd be a beer company.
Just talk that.
But chew that little of that chocolate up, then you can finish off a little bit of that sample that's left on the left side. Distiller Select. Official bourbon of the Kentucky Derby. If you're not from Kentucky, the Kentucky Derby is a little horse race we have up here the first Saturday in May. But did it in the chocolate change the taste you detected?
Yeah.
Big time. If you would like to take this to the next level, once you leave here, and please do it after you leave because I got to turn this room. Sorry, but business is business too. But when you leave the room or get home, go to our website and download the Flavor Wheel app. They'll take you through 6 different foods. Each food is designed to brings out a different flavor. For example, those of you that thought them first 2 sips were way too hot for your comfort, if you had a small piece of aged Parmesan, there's hardly no fire, no heat after the cheese. Because the Parmesan, the fat and the cheese will coat your taste buds. Salt and cheese will wake up some receptors. So they'll ask you to slice up a couple pieces of orange, a piece of cheese, a piece of chocolate with 6 different foods. Okay, let's go to double O, my personal favorite. If you flip your flavor wheel over to the unbalanced side, you'll see the same flavors, just distributed differently proportionally. So take a sip of that one. The one on your right. Huge, huge difference in taste. A very small difference in the production of it. Chucked it in a second barrel for another year that we toast a lot. Carry a lot of sugar, a lot sweeter bourbon whiskey. So sweet, in fact, that you may not even like it if you're a traditional bourbon drinker. You might think it's too sweet, doesn't have enough heat for you, enough fire, enough spice. Don't be fooled, they're both 90 proof. So same effect. It's just a lot sweeter. But just as some bourbon drinkers have told me here many times, Terry, I appreciate it, but it's not for me, it's just too sweet. We got people that like this that don't like bourbon. Because it brings a different side to the game. So, 2 different bourbons. I'll let you go ahead and finish those. By the way, as you finish them, you know, if you couldn't associate with 10, 8, 12 of these different flavors, all's not lost. 3 years ago when I started, I talked to the chef because actually there's a way they test this to do this. They saturate cotton balls in different aromas. You smell the cotton ball and tell them what it smells like. I didn't do that well. I think out of the 20-some, I think I got 3 or 4 right. The chef says chefs can't do that either right out of the culinary program. They learn techniques and skills and stuff, but they develop that flavor ability through time. So, thinking about that, we basically said I could do this. So I still today, 3 years later, I sit on my deck 3 to 5 nights a week, sipping this whiskey and practicing. So if you want to get good at it, you gotta practice. You guys are from Philly, you know everybody in the world likes practice except Allen Iverson. So that's what we do, y'all. We'd like for you to finish your samples. If you're a science person and think, well, that was cute, Tara, but what's really going on in that laboratory up there? We have a science tour. It's 6 people maximum. It's only on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday afternoons. You have to make a reservation. The tour guide's usually a retired chemist, so he can get down and dirty with you if you want to get into the science side. 2-hour tour, corn to cork, $30. But 6 guests, because we put you right in our lab, so you're scooting over our lab techs. So, any questions? Okay, in closing, comments. Hospitality industry depends on feedback from guests. Obviously, you can do it online, anything from TripAdvisor to Facebook, where you can use these old school comment cards. What was your first name? Josh? If you use the old school card, they want the date and any comment you have. It could be about me, the bus ride, the walk, whatever, the whiskey. But above that, after your comments, they want to know the tour guide's name. If this is pretty positive, use my name, it's fair. If it's not so positive, we're going to put Josh's name. Because he won't be here Tuesday to hear about it. That's the next day I work. So now let us know what you think. That's the only way you can really get feedback in the hospitality industry. There isn't sales numbers, if you will. It's all about this. So please drink responsibly. But I hope when you stock your bar at your house, you chuck a little Woodford on it. I'll answer questions out front. Please finish up and follow me out here. Thank you all.